Hello, and welcome back to Jeffinnegans Wake, the project where I, Jeff, read to you, internet individual, the book Finnegan's Wake, originally published 1939 by James Joyce, Jim Joy. Although the edition that I'm currently reading from does embody a number of corrections that were implemented posthumously to this edition. So, this is the definitive version that old Jim Joy wanted you to hear. So, we are on to page 66. Is there a 666 in this book? No, there isn't, so we won't get to 666. That's a little disappointing, but we'll have to do with 2/3. So, page 66 of Finnegan's Wake. Here we go. Several of the earmarks for design, for there is in fact no use in putting a tooth in a snipery of that sort, and the amount of all those sorts of things which has been going on once a day, in twice a day, out every other knockastog, among all kinds of promiscuous individuals at all ages, in private homes, and rebus publicus, and all over all, and elsewhere throughout secular sequence the country over and over abroad, has been particularly stupendous. To be continued. Federals, uniteds, transports, unions, for exaltations, of triumphants, ecstasies. But resuming inquiries. Will it ever be next morning the Postal Unionists, officially called Carriers, Letters Scotch, Limited, strange fate, fierce and giddy decks, he's hit D.E., the loosel that hucks around Missive Maid's gummy becks, to hand in a huge chain envelope, written in several divers stages of ink, from Blanche Essence to Lavendiette, every pothook and pancrook bespaking the wisher-wife, superscribed in sub-pencils by yours, a laughable party, with after-right S.A.G. to hide in cheek, Edenbury, Dublin, W.C. Will whatever will be written in lappish language with inbursts of Magyar always be semposed, black looking white and white guarding black, and that simiax to a talk used twist, stern, swift, and jolly Roger? Will it bright upon us, nidle, and we plunging to our plight? Well, it might now, miracle, and so it light. Always and ever till Cox's wife, twice Mrs. Hahn, pokes her beak into the matter with O and K after her, to see what smutter after. Will this curibus pouch filled with litterish fragments lurk dormant in the potch of that hap-brother of Herm, a pillar box? The coffin, a triumph of the illusionist's art, at first blenched, naturally taken for a hand-harp, it is hand-warped to distinguish Jujubabe from Jubal, or either from Tubate when all have just been invened, have been removed from the hardware premises of Oatsman and Nephew, a noted house of the Gonemost West, which, in the natural course of all things, continues to supply funeral requisites of every needed description. Why needed, though? Indeed needed. Wouldn't you feel like rotten foul if you hadn't the Oscar? Because the flash brides, or bride and their Lily. Lily something. Well, that was, yet again, Finnegan's Wake, page 66. Enthralling stuff. Can't wait to see what happens next. But for now, I bid you a good night.